Hey everyone, I'm Ben Nathan, and I'm a filmmaker, social entrepreneur, consultant, and founder of Footage Films, which is a film production company where we create films and videos with the purpose of inspiring people to take positive action. Um, and I wanted to talk today about social entrepreneurship and the movement that we keep hearing about, especially among young millennial entrepreneurs starting their own businesses with a purpose of social good. And today I had a lot of driving to do today. I was listening to some podcasts in the car, and I won't name names, but a lot of these podcasts about entrepreneurship seem to be that are hosting millennials and talking about their successes in business and what they've been doing, their techniques, their strategies. Um, they're using a lot of terms that to me miss the point of certainly of social entrepreneurship. They're talking about things like crushing it, killing it. It seems to be all about the money and crushing the competition and beating out the other people in the marketplace. And it doesn't seem to be getting at the essence of what social entrepreneurship is all about. Now, granted, these people may not claim to be social entrepreneurs. However, we hear so much about social entrepreneurship and socially conscious businesses right now. I really am eager to hear people's stories about how they implement that in their businesses and what kinds of situations come up on a day-to-day basis where they need to confront that and measure the importance of their moral imperative in conjunction with their profit imperative. So that's one of the things I wanted to talk about today. When I started Footage Films, it was very important to me not to be selective in who we work with. We work with amazing brands and companies and organizations to help them tell their stories, and there are limits in terms of who we're willing to work with. For instance, being approached by a company that's a weapons manufacturer would be a clear no. That's not something we would want to get involved in. Other times, it's more of a gray area where we need to weigh out the pros and cons of working with each individual client and wanting to be of service to them and of service to the world through the work that we do with them. You hear a lot about the B Corp revolution, which is an incredible organization. We're in the process of applying for B Corp certification. If you're not familiar with B Corps, definitely Google it, check them out. It's an incredible movement that's going on internationally with essentially a triple bottom line of people, planet, and profit, as opposed to just profit. And it's the idea of using business as a force for good in the world. So what I'd like to do is hear from you and have a venue for hearing from the other people out there who are doing these kinds of initiatives, have these kinds of businesses that have a social good element to what they're doing, and hear not just about the purpose of their business, not just about why they're doing what they're doing on a general level, but in the specific day-to-day operations, what are the things that you come up against that where your commitment on that level is really put to the test, and how have you resolved that? How have you dealt with those issues, those difficulties, those conflicts that come up? I'll give you an example from my business. We work with a lot of different freelancers on shoots to come up, and we have an incredible network of people, an incredible network of incredible people. I feel incredibly blessed to be around them on a day-to-day basis. And recently, one of the things that came up was that one of the people working with us, it was his first time working with us. They didn't do as great a job as I would have wanted. So what I've seen happen a lot in this industry is you just don't get that person just never gets a phone call again. And what the way I wanted to handle it instead was to have a conversation with that person, very frank conversation about what worked, what didn't work, and listen to them about, what is it that they really want to do in their career? Is this particular position that they filled that day, is that their main focus? Is that where they want to go? And if so, what other kinds of training experience that they need to be able to really further themselves in that direction, or do they not want to do that, and that was just what they were doing for the gig that day, and is their focus really somewhere else? And let's talk about that and hear that. So the conversation, instead of turning into like an angry rant from an employer who didn't get what they needed, instead it became a mentorship conversation, and a conversation where we could both learn something and both get something and both have actually a deep human connection, as opposed to just a transactional business only connection. I think what I would love to see is the word business actually transforming to incorporate those kinds of human connections as well. That's not just financially transactional. That's transactional on an energetic level as well. So anyway, I'd love to hear those kinds of stories from you. I think that's the kind of things that'll really help other people in their businesses also. And the danger that I see if we don't embrace that kind of a business structure is that if we continue to live in a world that's driven by profit alone being king, then there's a winner and a loser. And it may not seem like that in the moment, but there's somebody that's losing if we're purely focused on the financial aspect. And a clear-cut example of that is if you make plastic cups and you sell plastic cups at a great price. You sell 2,000 plastic cups to a client. They're thrilled. They needed that price. You're happy. They're happy. It's a win-win, right? You could see it that way, but if you take a more of a bird's eye view, somebody's suffering because of those plastic cups. The plastics manufacturing industry is contaminating our water supply and bringing carcinogens into our water supply. Animals are dying from ingesting plastics. There's an impact, a negative impact on the planet to your win-win transaction. So I think it's about looking at the planet as a whole and looking at our communities that we operate in and seeing how are these solutions that I'm creating really having an impact overall. And if it's not a positive impact, really taking a serious look at that and saying, is this where I want to be putting my energy? Is this where I want to be putting my time? And if I am interested in this area, how can I do this in a way that is benefiting not only me, not only my client, but the concentric circles that surround us in the business that we do. So anyway, send me your stories. I'd love to hear them and help you to get them out there to share and inspire other people. You can either comment here with your stories, or you can send me an email, ben@footagefilmsinc.com, and I will be thrilled to read them and learn from you and share. And we've got a lot of exciting things coming up. You might see your stories that you share in an upcoming blog post, a video like this, or we have some other exciting ways that we're going to be supporting other entrepreneurs coming out soon. So stay tuned, and thanks for watching.